First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Detroit Lions. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
Get in the end zone, fellas. Make some good calls, offense.
Hooker to throw right away. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Saints, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. On the return is Williams. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Trying to get that one to Chris Olave, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Lions defense, and this unit very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And there's a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Now Carr. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perry.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it when they get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr rolling to his right. Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late.
From the receiver. That's what I like to hear. You got that one right.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now you look at this Saints defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Off play action. Here's Hooker. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Hooker. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Here's Williams to return. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves. Maybe we can work their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. He's got it to the 43 here.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7. To throw, it's Carr. And his throw is incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Carr to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Here's Kamara off the draw. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And Thomas has it. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. We're scoreless after 1. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Kamara up the middle. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard to pick up there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after our last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, it's Carr. Touchdown! Juwan Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the 2nd drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because They may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll keep it himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. The Lions had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. But they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. Hooker now off play action. Oh, he put on the carpet a fumble. And this is picked up. And now off to the races. Down the right side. Down the right sideline. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return. And a Saint touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
The point after, good by Groupie. And it's now 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the... chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. A beautiful fake. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. A first throw now for the backup Watson. contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. The Lions will use the 1st of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. The Saints going to call the 1st of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Third down and 13. Here's Carr. Completes it to Perry. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Carr going to throw. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down. And that wasn't easy, but they do wind up converting a 4th and 7 to keep this drive moving. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. To throw his Carr. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
That's a surprise in the first third, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
That's a tremendous start to the third quarter. These guys had their foot on the gas the entire first half. They continue to keep the accelerator down.
On play action, it's Carr. And this one too low.
This is a perfect example of what separates the elite quarterbacks. Has his man open, way too anxious, ends up firing it in there with way too much zip on it. The great ones, they know how to relax and put the appropriate velocity on the football.
On second down, Kamara. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Kamara. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Again, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Kamara. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
So Carr departs, and on his Blake Groupie for the Saints field goal. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Faking the give. Now Watson. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Watson. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Watson, he's going to move him around. Williams a man in motion right. Watson a little touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Gibbs straight ahead. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson sliding out of the pocket. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. In motion goes the tight end. Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the 3rd quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Meanwhile, Carr's throw caught by Olave. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing now is Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Now Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
The key to any screen play is always interception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. And they'll send Williams in motion right. Off of play action, it's Watson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 43. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
This 2nd and 4. Now Carr. That one complete downfield to Thomas. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give them 32 on the play.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Again, this is Kamara, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Carr now to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Carr to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Carr. Under pressure, they got him again. Detriot is running through and dropping him for the sack.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a third and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Two straight sacks have them backed up now for a third and goal. Now Carr. Into the hands of Perry, complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 11 yards, but still not enough. Fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And his kick here is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's Watson now on second down. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. That sack courtesy of Jack Campbell.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Third and 9 here. Now a play fake. Carr able to get away. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
To throw, Watson. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 75 yards. And the Lions get a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go. Here we go. Get in the game. This is it.
So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as they'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. Watson. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. Oh, did the Lions get it? Yes, they recover. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. They'll go again with Gibbs. Nifty move. Fighting through. He's got space. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
This is 1st and 10. Read option. This is Gibbs. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Here's 1st down. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Watson to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Watson now going to run the option right. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you called it the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here it is, 4th and inches. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. Now it's Watson. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here at 4. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Carr to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Lucas Van Ness getting free there to bring him down. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. First throw of overtime for Carr. And that's incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we?
All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. A tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
31 yards on the punt there. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Watson, his first throw of OT. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
3rd down and 10. To throw is Watson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Here comes the Lions punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinator's probably... Oh, and it's intercepted! Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the give, here's Gibbs. Busts through the tackle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Another run for Gibbs here. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. 3rd and 4. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Detroit, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for